Well, the time has finally come, and the Nostalgia Kit, which is the January-February kit from MercyTiara Kits, is here. These are photos of all of the different add-ons and the main kit, and in the video that's about to start, I will walk you through everything that came in these beautiful kits, and hopefully you will see something that catches your eye. I can't even tell you how excited I am to share these kits with you. We have a Valentine's Day page/card kit add-on. So this one gives you the supplies to make some separate Valentine's Day pages or Valentine's Day cards. We have a cardstock add-on. We do have a patterned paper add-on. I just don't have it here. It's downstairs, but it has the exact same papers that come in the main kit. We have the main kit, and we have the embellishment add-on. Also, the kits come with a newsletter. I have actually already been brainstorming ideas as I waited patiently for all of the supplies to arrive. I have a couple of ideas of things that I would like to do, as well as the back of the newsletter always has a sketch. This sketch is from Creative Scrappers, and this will be our challenge for the month of January and February. Up until now, MercyTiara Kits has been a mid-month release kit club, and I've always had the intention of changing it over to eventually be a beginning of the month kit club so that our kit release can span a calendar month, which I think is just an easier way to think about kits and to scrapbook. And so that was always my intention. But then once we got going, it was hard to decide when to make that change. So since there was a delay this month and the kit that was the Nostalgia Kit, which was supposed to release on January 15th, is releasing today. Well, tomorrow, which will be January 26th. We figured this was a really good month to make that transition to beginning of the month. So although this is the January kit, it is going to span both January and February. So we're going to call it the January-February Nostalgia Kit. I'm going to start by sharing with you the main kit because this is what it's all about. We have lots of goodies, and this kit was literally just photographed and just weighed, and so it is not 100% in its proper packaging, so forgive me for that. I also have some digital files to share with you as well, but first let's go through the patterned paper. So I just had to take a second to organize them in the order that I wanted them to be. I usually start with the paper that inspired the whole kit, and then I go through and talk a little bit about how the colors work, the papers work with each other. My kits are always an eclectic mix of multiple collections, and I want to encourage you to challenge yourself to maybe scrapbook outside the box a little bit and put some collections together that you might not necessarily think of putting together, and to mix and match from all of the different collections. That's always my goal. However, there's always enough items in each kit that if you don't feel comfortable mixing and matching, you can always stay within one collection or within one art style so that your pages can have a nice cohesive look if that's what you like. So I always design my kits with that in mind, trying to kind of make them a bit of the best of both worlds in that way. So we have Vicki Boutin's Discover and Create. These paintbrushes were my starting off point for this one. I had a couple of different starting off points for this one, but this was one of them. And I really love this paper, and I love it despite the fact that I personally am not sure how I'm going to use it. I think this paper would look really great with some same colored embellishments on each of these drips of paint. We'll see. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, but look at that backside. If you were challenged by this page and it just wasn't doing it for you, this paper here would make a really great background. It would also make a really great matting paper or a really nice layer that doesn't do a lot of distracting. Look at the designer strip on this one too. Woo, I love it. That's a really great usable designer strip. So we have that. Then also from Vicky Booten Discover and Create, we have this swatch paper, which, oh, I love swatches. Swatching is one of my favorite things, and I love how this has this gradient effect. And again, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use this paper, but I really love the idea of using it for a background paper. I think this would be a great paper to use if you were documenting your scrapbooking supplies. And then the flip side of this is this beautiful pink and orange polka dot. It's a distressed polka dot. And look at that designer strip with the splotches. It's so, so usable. I love it. So we have that as well. These could also be cut out and maybe fanned out, or oh, it might look cool to put them all together in with a brad and then spread them out the way a designer would. I'm getting some ideas. I'm getting some ideas. Now, this paper from the Fresh Air collection from Simple Stories caught my eye right away, and oh my goodness, I adore it. I do not raise chickens, but I love these chickens. They're so cute. And when I saw it, I thought I have got to include this paper in the kit. It's just so fun and whimsical. You could totally cut these out, but I think they make a really funky and unique patterned paper that I can't resist using. Look at the back side. If chickens weren't your thing, we've got this really neutral, almost like a plaid, a white crisscross stripes on an orange background. Really, really usable. And look at the B sides of these papers. They're very, very usable. Now, these papers, I always love slides. And this paper here would look amazing if you had a photo cut exactly to size to put into some of these slides or frames. This is so nice. You could also, of course, cut all of these out or some of them out and use them as frames. They're just so, so nice. And I love the color scheme, and look at how nice it works. It works well with this. It works well with this. And it works well with this as well. It's not an exact match, like this color is a little bit different, right? But this would work well with some of this. The flip side of this is a beautiful yellow with white hearts on it. So nice, and a bit of a shout out to Valentine's Day. And it picks up on the yellows in this, the yellows in this, and there's yellow also. Oh, there's no yellow in that one, but that's okay. So this is lovely. In fact, I think I'm going to leave this side showing. Now, get a load of this. It's also, so that one was from True Colors. This one is from Fresh Air, so it's the same collection as this. And look at these beautiful butterflies. You could fussy cut these out or use it as a pattern. It's definitely a pattern that's going to grab your attention. I love this paper. And the flip side is this very beautiful, very tight floral pattern with little white daisies with yellow circles on a green background and little green sprigs as well. So pretty. Love this. This might be my favorite paper in the kit. Then from the True Colors collection, we have this super bold, super colorful. Look at how vibrant these colors are. These roses on a teal background. So, so beautiful with these light yellows as well as some of this darker, almost like a mustard yellow. And the pink on this is really, really beautiful. Love this pattern. And the flip side, if that's a little bit too busy for you, they would look great cut out as well. But if that's a little bit too busy for you, we have this plaid on the other side, which is very versatile as well. Then we have a paper from another one from the Fresh Air collection from Simple Stories. This one is a floral pattern on a navy blue background. You can't get more versatile than that. This is like a staple in scrapbooking. I love this. And the back side is this medium scale gingham, pink and white. So, so pretty. I love it. Then we have a paper from the Valentine's Day collection from Simple Stories. And it has this mint green polka dot tone on tone that really works well with a lot of the other papers in this kit. So I thought that this was a really nice bridging one. Plus, I really liked that it had this Valentine's paper on the back side. I really love that it had this heart paper on the back side. This is a Valentine's shout out for anybody who does not want to purchase the full Valentine's kit, but still want some hearts. We've got hearts here and we've got hearts here so that you can do even a smidgen of Valentine's scrapbooking if you'd like. Then we have this gorgeous, this is maybe my favorite. I keep changing my favorite, but I love this paper. This is such a beautiful floral. Leave it to Vicki Boutin because her florals are always so beautiful. This one is from Discover and Create. This one is called Fresh Air, and it has lots of the colors from the other Discover and Create papers, but look at how well it works with some of the other ones, like this, for example. These two work really, really well together. That works really well with it. Even cut out some of these butterflies and they would work well with this floral. We've got this green that picks up on the green in here. Then we have this also from Vicki Boutin's Discover and Create collection. We have all of these pencils lined up with various colors. The colors obviously work really well with the other Vicki Boutin papers, but I think that they're going to work really well with some of the other ones as well. The flip side of this is such a sunshiny yellow, tone on tone yellow pattern. Really tiny, really great. It reads as a solid. It's just perfect for layers, perfect for matting, just perfect. I love a yellow. Yellow is probably my favorite color. This paper is adorable, and I have an idea about what I want to do with this paper. These feathers are begging to be fussy cut, and I can't wait to see what Shannon on our design team does with them, as well as with what everybody else on the design team does. But Shannon is the fussy cutting queen, so I am really looking forward to seeing what she makes. But my idea is that I'd like to cut these out and maybe cut them so that their stems are a little bit longer. So fussy cut, but maybe stop it here and then cut along here and combine it with a couple of these with one of these seals. I think that that would look really sharp as an embellishment on a page. So that's my idea for that one. Then the flip side is a very versatile tone-on-tone turquoisey, tealy, greeny, bluey color, very similar to the grid paper on this. This grid paper, by the way, I didn't mention this, but I love having big amounts of this kind of grid paper because you can maybe cut off the pencils and use them for something else. If you don't include the pencils, that's just a really nice stripe, right? You could use that for anything. But look at how beautiful that grid paper is. It makes great journaling surface and just makes lining things up really easy as well. So the designer strip on this one is these beautiful black feathers. I haven't been really showing the design strips, but they're all really, really nice, especially in the Vicki Boutin series. But even these are very usable. So the last but not least paper that we have here is this beautiful paper from the Simple Stories Remember collection. And this paper, I think, works really, really well with some of these shades, right? Look at that. Looks so nice with that. It looks really beautiful with some of these shades and with that. And it even works well with, see some of the greens in these butterflies, really picks up on the greens in there. So you could selectively take some of these butterflies. And there is pink in it. So we've got that. It's a slightly different pink. It's similar to the shade of pink that's here. So these two work really well together. And I think it just works really nicely with a lot of this Vicki Boutin collection as well, because it picks up on some of the warmer tones in the feathers and in the pencils, as well as in the floral. So the flip side of this is a beautiful neutral gingham. It's a tiny gingham, which means that it'll look really good in small amounts because you can get the sense of it with small amounts. I think that that's going to just look gorgeous as a mat around your entire layout or as matting on your photos or your paper layers. So, so pretty. Editing Tracy here. I just wanted to include a photo here of all of the A sides, and then you'll also see a photo of all of the B sides. And what you'll really notice about these B sides is look at how beautiful they are and how usable they are. If you struggle with using busy, bold patterns, these B-sides are really great to have on hand. I'm going to leave the papers out and spread out so that you can see how these papers work with the embellishments that I'm about to show you. So for our confetti mix this month, every month we have an exclusive confetti mix. And this month it looks like this. Our nostalgia mix has navy blue, a dark chartreuse, it has a matted gold confetti piece, plus it has some of those gold stars that were so popular in our December confetti mix. As I already showed, we have these wax seals, which are exclusive to the kit. Scott and I made these, and they have a gold wax seal with some green highlights on them. And like I said, I think that they would look really nice layered. We included 3 in the kit. They do have their own adhesive backing on them, so that you don't have to figure out what to put on them to stick them down. And it has this cute little pull tab on it, so they're going to be pretty easy for you to glue down. So another item that comes in the main kit, it will come in its package, but mine is separated out here for Scott to take its pictures, is a package of this Discover and Create die cut paper clips. These are all of the designs that are included. And I want to show you these because they're so beautiful. I've always loved Vicky's paper clips. So they layer like this on your pieces of paper, and they're just so pretty. And they just add this adorable little detail. Like, look at this, right? Ah, that looks so cute. So there are the paper kind that are made out of cardstock, and then there are the kind that are made out of acetate. And these ones clip on the same way, just like that. And they look amazing on the edges of things. So we have some butterflies, we have some color wheels. I think there's a couple of color wheels here. Lots of beautiful butterflies. Oh, and all these numbers. I really want to use these numbers. I have to definitely do some type of list scrapbooking this month. In fact, I'm going to put that on my list. They're black, so I know what to look for. There we go. We have this one that says good to know, and a bunch of these little stars in various colors, good times. Oh, these are so nice. Yeah, and I knew there were a couple of color wheels. So lovely. Love, love, love those. The letters for this kit are these gorgeous white letters with graph paper design on it, with blues and oranges, so works really, really well with this kit with all of the blues and oranges. And they are foam with white foam edges. And they're from the Cool Boy collection from American Crafts. We have some rub-ons from the True Stories collection, True Colors collection from Simple Stories. And this has plenty of yellow, but it also has some of this dark golden color, like this mustard color, that works really well with the Vicky Bouton stuff. These rub-ons do a really good job of pulling together some of the golden and warm tones like this, and this brown over here as well, with some of the turquoises and pinks. Last but not least in this kit, we have a set of journaling bits. These are from Simple Stories from the Remember collection. So there's a piece of paper from this collection as well. And I love these die cuts. They're great for journaling on. There's lots of open spaces for writing on, but they also have this really nice classic look where they would go with almost anything. They're all so neutral. There are some blues in there, of course, but they're all so beautiful and neutral that I thought that they would work really, really well. Look at all these. They're just so pretty. They are very feminine as well. So the cut files this month include these butterflies a color wheel or pie chart kind of a thing, a frame, the word memories, and a torn strip. So if you're a little nervous about tearing paper, this is a really nice way to have some control. You can just cut up a cut file. The background cut file this month is this gorgeous floral, and this is how it cuts when you just bring it right into the Silhouette Design Studio software and cut it at the size that it's at. I can't wait to work with this. I think it's just so, so pretty. It's gonna look so gorgeous backed with some of this would look great with some of those B sides that we showed earlier. So and then this is what memories looks like when you cut it out at the size that it comes in. Is that if you're going to cut this butterfly, it has a lot of really fine details, and you will probably want to enlarge it. I did drag this into my Silhouette Studio, and I could tell just by looking at it that these fine lines here will not cut well in the size that it's at least not with my machine. What I would recommend that you do is drag both of them in if you plan to use them both. I like to cut this out of black and then this out of orange. Then this can go behind that, and in all of these white spaces, you'll see the orange from this. And then you can do a bit of ink blending to make it darker in some places and lighter in some places. That would look really, really pretty. But what you want to do is have both of them on your design space, select them both, and then drag the corner diagonally so that it's gonna stay at the same aspect ratio and they're both going to expand the same amount. That way this will still fit perfectly under this. If you expand this one and this one separately, you might not expand them the same amount and they might not layer very well anymore. So that's what I would say about that. I'm really looking forward to that. And this month, in addition to the cut files, there is another digital file that comes with the kit. And it does not look like this. This is a prior version of it, but I printed it out on sticker paper and on cardstock because I really like to have labels that are on stickers when I'm working with Project Life, because they're thin and it's easy to work with. But when I'm scrapbooking and I use labels, I actually really like them to be on cardstock so that I can cut them out and sometimes distress the edges and pull them up and crinkle them a little bit. And I like the thick look of them being on a thicker cardstock. So these come with the main kit. You'll get not this, but you'll get this. And you can print it out on 8.5 by 11 paper or a large 8.5 by 11 sticker sheet. My printer was making a mess there, and this is an earlier design, but you can print it on anything you like and just cut them out. So that is the main kit. Our add-on this month, our embellishment add-on this month, comes with a piece of specialty paper, which is acetate. So it is see-through. It comes with this piece of paper backing it so that you can see what it looks like, but it's a nice, thick, heavy piece of acetate. And this would be amazing for making pockets out of. One of the things that I would do with it, and I just want to point out that there's some writing and distressing on the background of the acetate. I think that this would look really nice as a pocket that you could use your sewing machine and sew around and leave it open at the top so that you could slide extra photos in there. It would also look really nice with each of these cut out and just layered amongst your layers. So you could use it as a fussy cut embellishment as well. It would look really nice in a pocket page as just a filler pocket page. You'd have to kind of like cut it so that it fits in a pocket. It would also look really nice with 3 holes punched in it and just put into your album. You could use it as a way to like use it as your background and then scrapbook on top of it, and then you'll have something with texture that isn't inside of a page protector. But because this is such thick acetate, if you were to poke holes in it where the 3 holes of your binder goes for your album, this would be fair. This would stand up in your album if you don't mind things being outside of the page protector. You could also do a shaker pocket using some of the sequins from the kit. So lots and lots of fun things that you could do with this. Then we have this really fun set of stickers that is themed around games, gaming, and sports. So really fun stickers. This one is from Photoplay. This is the first time MTK has had Photoplay products. So I'm happy to bring in some different manufacturers. If you have a manufacturer that you love and we haven't been including, just go on over to our Facebook page and let us know what you'd like to see. And we'll keep that in mind when designing the kits. So then we have this set of cardstock stickers from Discover and Create. These are so beautiful and they work so well with the kit. Just so nice. Then we have more Discover and Create embellishments. These are die cut pieces and they're just so beautiful. There's lots of art and craft supplies, beautiful phrases, lots and lots of butterflies, lots of those beautiful florals that show up in the kit. We have a little squirrel, mushrooms, a typewriter, this gorgeous jar, which I adore. We have so many beautiful things, glasses and paintbrushes and teapots and another squirrel. Oh, and look, there's a jar with a mushroom inside of it. I love these things. And look at some of these. Look at this. I love that. It's so pretty. A little banner even. Oh, there's so many good things in this. Then the embellishment kit also includes a set of journaling pieces from Simple Stories True Colors. So this coordinates, it picks up on some of these papers right here, but of course it can also be coordinated and worked into any of the other papers in this kit as well, because it has those mustards and browns. They're really, really pretty. Well, it's been a long time since I've seen a bingo card. And scrapbooking supplies and paint chips, of course, are always fun. But lots of space for journaling. I love Simple Stories journal bits because they really do give you lots of space for journaling. And they're already lined, most of them, so that you don't have to worry about how you're going to get your journaling on there and keep it straight. Then we have our cardstock add-on, and we do have a pattern paper add-on too. I just am not showing it. It's just all these papers, another copy of them. Our cardstock add-on this time, so it comes with 2 neutrals and 2 colors. So we've got some white cardstock. This is basil white cardstock, and it's smooth. And then we have some potter's clay, which is a very, very light craft. It's more of a beige than a craft. It works really beautifully with almost everything. It's so versatile. This is my new favorite neutral. I've been using this potter's clay so much lately. Just love it. Then we have this really soft green color. As you can see, it picks up on the greens in the kit. And then we have some of this pink. It's basil candy floss. It's a very, very pale pink. And it works really well with the kit. And it is smooth as well. Our Valentine add-on. This is our first time doing a seasonally themed page/card kit add-on. And so it was really fun to design this one. I fell in love with this Echo Park Love Notes collection. And I had a really hard time choosing only 3 papers from it. But I wound up going with, I'll just put that aside for now. I wound up going with this one, which is 3x4 journaling cards. So look at that. You could make Valentines out of these, just cut them out and they are a Valentine, right? Like it's super easy if you wanted to go super, super easy, but you could also cut them out and then embellish them even further with pieces from this ephemera pack and these little tiny buttons from Buttons Galore. Look at how cute those are. I'm going to take them out of the package so you can see them. So this piece of Love Notes paper, the back side is really beautiful too. Then we have this piece of Love Notes paper. This one is called Sending My Love. And it has this beautiful design on one side, and then it has this paper plane and clouds and hearts on the other side. Love this. And then this one has this floral on one side with stripes in the background. It almost looks like white wood paneling on the background of that one. And then the flip side is a tone-on-tone light pink heart, tiny, tiny polka dot heart. And then we have a solid, this is a solid paper with this mint color on one side and the darker pink on the other side. And these would combine to make a beautiful scrapbook page or a couple of beautiful scrapbook pages, right? You could even do double pages. So for example, you could use these two from the cardstock kit as your background and then use any combination of these across the page to do a beautiful Valentine's double page. So you could do 1 or 2 single pages, you could do a double page, maybe even 2 double pages if you spread out your supplies. You could also make Valentine's cards, like full-fledged, not little Valentines that your kids would bring to school, but more love-themed cards. You could use the cardstock in the cardstock add-on and create card bases of any size that you enjoy making cards out of, and then use these papers. Or you could, maybe you've already used these papers for your scrapbook pages. We have a 6x6 paper pad from Love Notes. It is double-sided, and I just want to show you all of the goodness in this. This is, of course, great for pocket pages. We have some cut-apart pieces in there, right, that are sized specifically for pocket pages. But just look at some of these beautiful patterns. This is why I had trouble choosing. Look at how beautiful they are. So I decided to include this paper pad in the add-on because I just couldn't resist. I wanted all of the patterns. And so one of the ways to do that is to include the 6x6 paper pad. And that way the cost of the kit doesn't get out of hand with including a whole lot of pattern papers. This add-on is unusual for MercyTiara kits because, as you can tell, it's almost all one company and one line. I don't do that very often, but I think that a single collection Valentine kit makes it really, really easy to make cards if you're not a card maker, if you're like me and you do mostly scrapbooking, but you want to dabble in making some cards. Using one collection is a really good way to do that. Look at these embellishments. These can be cut out after all this time, always. Hello, love, mine, sealed with a kiss. We have some little journaling pieces. You could use letters to spell out be mine or love you or something like that. You could, of course, use these on scrapbook pages as well. Fly me to the moon. A note card cut with the cardstock, maybe matting it with this and then sticking this on there. And you've got a card that is minimal effort, minimal stress. I think that sitting down with a little one and going through and making up some cards would be so much fun. Then I wanted to show you these buttons. I think they're going to make really nice, tiny little accents. I'm going to lose some of them here. They're so tiny. You could put little thread in them and tie like maybe some embroidery thread or something and tie a little bow or a little knot or something, or you could just glue them on as they are. They're so cute and adorable, and they're shiny, so they're going to add a different texture to your page or to your card or whatever it is that you're using. So here are the kits. As you can see, this Simple Stories True Colors will bridge the gap between the Valentine's kit and the main Nostalgia kit. Both the papers and the embellishments from this will go really well with both of those. If you'd like to beef up the Valentine's kit and do even more scrapbooking with it, this kit will get you there. Or if you'd like to focus on just the vibe of the main Nostalgia kit, which is mostly these papers here and the embellishments that go with them, then you can forego or skip the Valentine's kit, or maybe just use it separately, and you're good to go. So I hope that you enjoy working with these kits this month. I can't wait to see the creations that you make, so please be sure to join our Facebook group if you haven't already, and you can check out these kits at MercyTiaraKits.com. There's the link right there. That'll get you to our kits. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and have a really great scrappy week.